A blush rose would signify purity, humility, honesty, basically youth. But a red flowers like this you would only present to a courtesan mistress, because it means wild passion. I enjoy so much taking a flight of fancy and creating something out of sugar, something that you could not really pick in nature. And the great thing about our wedding cake is that it's the crazy scientist meeting the mad artist. We start coloring with powder food colors, and then we move on to the airbrush. This tulip was created in pure ivory, and now I'm adding the light blush. One wrong move and the flower is too dark and no longer usable. So I'm applying transparent layers one after the other until I reach the desired color. The flower simply comes to life.
All of Ron's pigments are edible and custom made to match color swatches he gives to the manufacturers.
The green hydrangeas are going to get shadows of rust, so I have at least 2 shades. And to finish the tulip, I'm just using a general pink that will mix all the colors together. And this is our finished tulip.
With his performing years behind him, Ron Ben Israel's cakes are now his outlet for artistic expression. The kitchen has become his stage, and his audience, the clients he dazzles with every one of his creations.
I say to my crew, we're only as good as our last cake. It's a performance each time.
Creative brides and grooms have all kinds of imaginative ideas for their wedding cakes. And today, it seems the sky's the limit.
Don't tell me I told you so.
Las Vegas is known as the wedding capital of the world. Nearly 120,000 tie the knot each year. And since 1959, Fried's Bakery has been making newlyweds' dreams come true. You won't find founders Esther and Milton behind the counter anymore. Now their daughter runs the family business.
Hi, my name's Joni Fried, and this is my store, Fried's Bakery in Las Vegas.
For decades, Fried's has been serving up the most delicious baked goods in town, but their specialty is wedding cakes. They make over 4,000 a year, each one imaginatively decorated by Joni's talented staff.
Our biggest weeks this year were we had 2 weeks with about 100 cakes. An average week is 70 or 80 weddings. They're not all big, but they're still weddings.
Creating as many as 100 wedding cakes a week requires a lot more than just a dedicated baking staff.
This is our 30-pan revolving oven. We actually just got the oven about a year ago. Before that, we had the same oven for 44 years. Right now, what you're looking at is the white wedding cake that we're baking now. We also have chocolate, carrot cake, lemon cake, almond cake, and red velvet.
They offer an amazing variety of wedding cakes and meet with every bride to ensure she gets the perfect cake for that special day.
This side of the bakery is where actually we bring the brides in and they sit and do their ordering. They also can watch the cake decorators doing their magic on the cakes. We have about 30 people working here. Some of them have been with us for 25 to 30 years. Our head baker has been with us about 17 years now. We have people that do nothing but cut, fill, and ice the cakes, and they're really good at what they do. And then our decorators are fabulous. Some of the more unique cakes we do are when brides and grooms get involved in the creativity of the wedding. We're doing a cake today for Julie and AJ. They're getting married at Star Trek The Experience. They wanted a cake designed around Star Trek theme. So this is the cake that we came up with, Live Long and Prosper, and then a planet theme with fondant and different balls that are actually hand blown out of sugar and a lot of airbrushing. It's a lot of talent. It's really artistic. Another cake that's very popular with us are these Mad Hatter cakes, and we customize those according to the bride's colors and themes. And even though this is a very small cake, it's still very unique and beautiful and special for someone's wedding. The next cake over here, this Las Vegas Mad Hatter, is one of our most popular cakes that we do. The king and queen on top and lots of little card suits all over it. Just a fun and unique cake with the flair of Las Vegas in it. This other cake that Vaughn's working on right now is a dragon. The groom actually hand drew his idea of what he would like on the cake. So this cake is a symbol of equality for the bride and groom with the phoenix and the dragon on it. And because I'm here all the time kind of overseeing There's not a cake that goes out that I don't like personally.
You can be sure that the staff at Fried's can make a cake that will fit the budget and theme of any wedding. And every couple goes home a winner. When we come back, meet a young fashion designer turned baker. Stay tuned. The once popular Southern tradition of having a groom's cake in addition to the wedding cake is making a fashionable comeback today. These unique personalized cakes are a great way to honor the groom on a day which usually centers around the bride.
The groom's cake is also known for a little fairy tale. If girls brought home a slice of the cake, put it under their pillow, and it was said that they would dream about the man they were to marry. So that's a little cute anecdote that is often associated with the groom's cake. We've had so much fun making them. We've just been able to do anything from a fish or a dog or Jet Stadium. So it's just a great way to have fun with a cake.
Elisa Strauss of Confetti Cakes in New York City is another artist who started in a different medium. In her case, fashion design. Her eye-catching groom's cake sculptures crafted by hand are fantastic works of edible art.
It's a great gift and normally a surprise that the bride gives to the groom. Sometimes it's at the rehearsal dinner, and sometimes it complements the wedding cake just as another flavor to serve the guests.
Her impressive list of clients includes Charlotte of Sex and the City, whose television wedding featured one of her creations. The cake she's making today for a friend's fiancé will reflect an inside joke about her showing up with a sports car and a dog to ask his hand in marriage.
I'm going to have the lab be sitting down on a nice doggy bed. So for the color of the chocolate lab, we're going to use this image.
Growing up, Elisa was surrounded by creativity.
My mom's a musician, really artistic and musical, and my grandmother was a great baker. I think that's really where my first love of baking came in. And then after my first career in fashion, I really started using the art form of textile design in my creations. We've actually made many groom's cakes over the years, really to replicate the groom's hobby. Many times there are sports fanatics who will make a baseball hat or a baseball mitt with their favorite team's logo on it. Sometimes it's just to represent their favorite pastime. We've done billiards.
After the cake has been sculpted into the shape of the dog's body, it's coated with delicious buttercream, which acts as a glue for the dog's fondant coat.
Normally, you see wedding cakes covered in a beautiful, pristine white or pale color, but for this, we're going to use the chocolate fondant to get the color of the chocolate lab, and it has a nice Tootsie Roll flavor. So just knead the fondant and roll it out on a smooth surface, and now we're going to just lay it over the cake.
The excess fondant is removed with a paring knife and saved